Hey guys, this is Nath and welcome to Punters Pre-mortem. The Triple X Special this weekend comes up at race 4 at Gold Coast, and it's Bachman. Look, if this horse is ever going to win another race, it's at the Gold Coast on Saturday. He should be giving this field 5 kilos, instead he's only giving them 2. Got the Queensland jockey of Michael Cahill on board. The Gold Coast straight is long enough for him to get back and run on, and he handles heavy tracks, as we've seen with him winning a listed race on a heavy track in Sydney. He's the best horse in the race. 420 is exotic odds, and I think that he'll be winning on Saturday. Given the state of the Randwick track and how poorly it drains and the rain we've had this week, I doubt that this meeting will go ahead on Saturday. So this week I'll have 2 cheeky, sneaky each way bets. And the first one comes up in race 8 at Randwick, and it's number 10, Georgy, Aeroplane. He hit the line super first up, and he loves heavy tracks. He can run 2,400 metres, so the 1,800 metres at Randwick on Saturday will be no problem for him. He's a swimmer, you know he's going to run the distance, and with Jason Collett on board at $13 is a good price, and we're going to get on Saturday. The second of our cheeky sneaky each way bets of the weekend comes up at race 6 at the Gold Coast, and it's Surpass. He's rock hard fit after 2 runs, and he's unplaced on heavy tracks, so just by that fact alone he shouldn't be $13. So you know he's going to run the distance, he handles the track, and he's a good each way bet, so we're going to get on Saturday. Given the likelihood that Randwick's going to be cancelled, we're going to go to Gold Coast for our Quaddie this weekend. Won't you take me to town? Won't you take me to race 5 over the 1,800 metres? My numbers are 5, 1 and 3. 5 Darcy Be Good. He's been super this preparation, almost winning a Group 3 race last start by 1 length behind Danshire. He's fit, handles heavy tracks, and has a big chance of winning on Saturday. Well, what do you say about 1, The Offer? He's a Group 1 winner over 2 miles. He handles heavy tracks, and even though he's first up after a long time, the mile on a heavy track, you don't know how good he's going, so he's got to go in just on that fact alone. And 3, Epic, the local boy, been racing super consistently. Gets to a track where he can actually get back and run on with the long straight. Only 0.7 lengths off Strawberry Boy is good enough form, and if he was in this race he'd be about $1.80. So he goes into the Quaddie, and hopefully he can get the first leg under the belt for us. Race 6, the Tattersalls Cup over 2,400. My numbers are 1, 2, 4 and 6. 1, a Pingle, super unlucky last start in the Brisbane Cup. When I was on him and I was praying that he got the head down, but he didn't. Handles heavy tracks, gets Huey Bowman on board. Looks like he's set to win on Saturday, and I'll be on him with my own money. 2, Banker Mo. Look, the winner in the Brisbane Cup last week. Got to Danshire last week, just didn't want to put his head down and win. This is a different race, and the class is not as good, and I think the conditions are pretty much similar, and he handles the track, so we've got to go in as well. And 4, Faust. Meets a race like he did last start at the Premier's Cup Group 3. Pretty much the same weight. And 6, Surpass. If it's absolute mudlarks day, then this horse has to go, and he's never been unplaced on a heavy track. Probably doesn't have the class of the top 3 or 4 horses, but like I said, the heavy track brings him into calculations, and at $12 or $13 is a good value. Race 7, the Tats Sierra over 1,400. My numbers are 4, 6, 18 and 15. 4, Catkins. I'm going with the Grey Girl. If she's ever going to win a Group 1, it's on Saturday, and it's had the Chris Waller polish. Second up into this. I don't think she runs the mile, and 1,400 on Saturday suits. Gun, jockey, gun barrier. If she's going to win a race, a Group 1 race, this is it. So I'm going to get on Saturday, and I'm going to be cheering her home. 6, Avoid Lightning. She was run down with a 60, which is kind of expected, but it was still a super run. Handles heavy tracks, and she was placed in this race last year, and she's going just as good. So goes in the Quaddie, and hopefully can she be winning if Catkins can't get the job done. And 18, Najum. How impressive was her last start victory when she was 3 wide the whole way. I was just waiting for her to drop off the back of horses and run last, but she stuck on and won. You don't know how good she is, and she gets a good barrier, and the jockey on board might be able to get the job done on Saturday. And 15, Peggy Jean. I think she's a value in the race. She's handles the heavy tracks, and as you've seen with her size victory as a 2-year-old. With the Snowden yard, I think she's improved since her last preparation failures. And at about $15, I think she's a value in this race. The Anniversary Stakes over 1,200 metres, my numbers are 14, 3, 2 and 10. It appears 14 at Copernic didn't read my friggin' letter I sent him the other day when he still ran second at about $1.80. I think he's the most progressive horse in the race, and I think his talent is untapped at the moment. Look, if he runs straight, he wins races, and I hope that on Saturday he can do that for us with Tommy Berry aboard. 3, Dothraki is a top quality sprinter, handles the surface. Damien Brown on board. I'm prepared to forgive him first up after his wide run at Scone, and I think he can win on Saturday, so he goes in the Quaddie. 2 target inside, I keep putting him in the Quaddies, and he keeps getting back and running on, but I think the difference on Saturday is that he gets a good barrier, so he can settle a little closer. He has the talent to win, and if he gets the right run, he can win, so he goes in the Quaddie as well. And 10, Offers Barrow, one of my old favourites, has really come back a different horse this preparation. We got his action right. Doesn't meet a race much better than he did last start when he was 1.5 lengths behind Ball of Muscle. Can you imagine what he would start in this race? He can win on Saturday, and I'm hopefully he can, because that's the best value in this race.
On the turn, 500 out, Fearless Pride and My Axeman together. 1.5 lengths Lawman. Kingston Town can't win. Grosvenor and Kingston Town flashing. He might win yet, the champ. Grosvenor took the lead off. Kingston Town swamping them. What a run. Kingston Town wins it next to Grosvenor.
The Can't Win file this week comes up at race 7 at the Gold Coast, and it's Srinkandi. Look, she was super impressive winning the Stradboat last week, but she's not going to get the same favours on Saturday. Barrier 20 is going to make it really hard for her to cross and lead, or be near the speed at least. And I think other horses are going to get the better runs, and she can't win on Saturday.
We will be very, very angry with you, and we will write you a letter telling you how angry we are.
Craig Newitt, what are you doing, buddy? You're 10 lengths off the leader in the straight in a 2,500 metre race when the pace hasn't been on. How the hell is the little engine going to get there, mate? I've written you a letter. I want you to read it, and if you ever get back on that horse, you want to be redeeming yourself with a better ride.
The rockin' Rangy Rang Do is joining in on the outside. Is it his day to day? It's Road to Rockin' Rangy Rang Do fighting it out. Rangy Rang Do on the outside is in front, and Rangy Rang Do gets his Group 1.